These sketches took over 20 years to draw. Not because they were complicated, but because I didn't know what I was looking for until now. I started learning Budo in Canada back in 2003, where my foundation was shaped by my first sensei and a strong group of instructors. Years later, at our Hambu Dojo in Japan, I trained under Kansho, Kai Sensei, who walked me through every Goju-ryu kata, breaking down the structure, detail points, theory, and application behind each movement. He shared the principles that connected techniques across the system. The senior instructors added their own perspectives, sharpening my technique and overall understanding of Budo. I've kept almost all of my notebooks, including the ones from my second trip to Japan between 2004 and 2005. I was there for 5 months right after high school. Most of those notes were scribbled during breaks or right after class, while everything was still fresh, sometimes even while eating dinner. My process went like this. When I was shown something new, I'd observe every detail and try it right away. I'd get feedback, ask questions to clarify, and capture the lesson by scribbling quick notes while it was fresh. Later, I tested during solo training and flag anything I still needed to confirm. Eventually, I'd rewrite those messy notes properly, anchoring them to a specific kata step, drill, principle, or any specific exercise. Years later, when I was teaching more often, I struggled to explain some of these ideas clearly. What helped was breaking things down, getting granular, reducing each concept to its smallest teachable unit. When I did that, students started progressing faster, and I realized something. These corrections keep repeating, and they matched what I kept finding in my notes. Certain principles that applied everywhere. I suddenly saw the bigger picture. Structure makes karate more accessible. And maybe these scattered notes weren't just personal reminders, but part of something I could build. So I started a kind of mission. I scanned and digitized everything. I filtered what was personal correction from what was consistent detail points, style, or standard. And as I stepped back, I started seeing it clearly. The repeated lessons, the consistent corrections, and the idea of the standards began to take shape. In this video, I'm focusing on the standards of Sanchin Kata, but they're only one part of a much larger body of work. It all traced back to Sanchin Kata, and through this process, 4 core principles kept appearing: grounding, posture and alignment, breathing, the chain of engagement. These aren't just Sanchin concepts. They run through every aspect of Goju-ryu. Understanding each standard meant understanding the bedrock of karate. Over the years, alongside my notes, I often added little sketches, quick visual aids to help me remember key lessons. When I started working on this video series, I began formalizing those drawings in my sketchbook. Initially, My goal was to simply explain concepts more clearly. But as I organized my sketches, I started to notice patterns and connections. That's when I realized I wasn't just keeping track for myself. I was creating something that could help others too. This realization inspired me to digitize the sketches and turn them into prints. At first, I hired a graphic designer, but the results didn't quite capture what I had in mind. Eventually, I thought, stay true to the art. I'll do it myself. So I bought an iPad, and I taught myself Procreate. It was slow. It was frustrating, but it was worth it. These prints are a visual record. 20 years of mistakes, corrections, questions, and understanding. If they help someone else build their foundation, that's enough. They're not the end of the journey. Just one step along the path to pursue karate.